they straighten up with 2.5 to go. On the near side is Marawi. They're being followed by Jamal and Sinndar, and after these Fisherman's Creek. Passing the 2 now, and Bernstein has shaken off the attentions of Marawi. A break then to Sinndar. Staying on the outside is Fisherman's Creek. Racing down out of the final furlong, and Bernstein in front of Marawi. Sinndar, Fisherman's Creek is staying on the outside. Racing inside the last 200 yards now, and Bernstein being pressed on the near side by Marawi, who's come back. Sinndar is coming strongly, and the sponsor's colours on the near side, and inching to the line. Sinndar gets up to beat Marawi. Be backed by Hawkwing as they begin to race on now past the 4 furlong point, and Sholokov on the far side the leader, followed by Schiller. Funfair Wayne just in behind. They're being followed by Monarch of the Glen with Nahif, Hawkwing on the inside, and Chief Moscanomer as they begin the run towards the final 2 furlongs, and Sholokov is out in front of Funfair Wayne. Nahif has moved third. Monarch of the Glen, Hawkwing now picking up rapidly on the outside, and Sholokov in front now with Hawkwing racing up to join Nahif between horses, and Hawkwing goes to the front from Nahif in second. Sholokov in third as they race now inside the final 200 yards. It's another Group 1 for Ballydoyle as Hawkwing wins by 3 to 4. Frankie Dettori on the outside of Elusive Double. On the inside is Democratic Deficit, then Berenson being followed by Rowan 3 and In Excelsis. Racing on now to the halfway point. Russian Blue, Dubawi in the centre. Democratic Deficit on the inside. Berenson improves on the outside of Elusive Double, then Rowan 3 and the back marker In Excelsis. They're racing now towards the 2. Russian Blue, Dubawi on the near side. These two have taken a few lengths out of Berenson in third, and they're being followed by Democratic Deficit. They're racing down now towards the final furlong, and Dubawi goes to the front for Frankie Dettori from Russian Blue. Berenson in third. They're inside the last 200 yards now, and Dubawi going to extend his unbeaten record to 3. Berenson moves into second, but Dubawi and Frankie Dettori win the Dunn Stores National Stakes in good style. They're racing on now just outside the 3 mark and flying the flag. Racing right, isolated over on the left, is out in front. Littermore is tracked by Dawn Approach, probably IR, Nevis and Designs on Rome. They're racing on now just outside the 2 mark, and it is Flying the Flag who's out in front. Littermore is followed by Dawn Approach, and then comes Nevis with probably an IR, Designs on Rome. But they're racing now towards the final furlong, and Flying the Flag over on the far side. Dawn Approach now making ground rapidly in the centre of the track, and it is now Dawn Approach and Kevin Manning who come through to lead from Littermore. Designs on Rome is running on the near side, but it's going to be 5 out of 5 for Dawn Approach. Running for the first time in the Godolphin Blue, wins from Designs on Rome. Back marker Gleneagles, but bowling along in the front is Toscanelli, out 3 in front of Dutch Connection Hall of Fame, followed by Toscanini and Gleneagles. They're racing on now towards the 3 mark, without in front Toscanelli from Dutch Connection in second. Hall of Fame is third. Toscanini next, followed by Gleneagles. Just racing outside the 2 now in the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes, and Dutch Connection comes there to join issue with, on the far side, Toscanelli. Gleneagles picks up the near side. Toscanini gone between horses. Dutch Connection now from Gleneagles, and over on the far side, Toscanini. Gleneagles gets to the front now as they race inside the last 150 yards, and it's Gleneagles now, and Joseph O'Brien going on from Toscanini and running up towards the finish. It's Gleneagles will win it, and just tucked in is Final Frontier. 5 runners make their way on now with just about 3.5 furlongs or so ahead of them. Over on the far side, the pink jacket of Painted Cliffs, the red cap in the centre of Birchwood, followed towards the near side, Herald the Dawn. Right over on their outside comes Air Force Blue, who's improving, and just in behind them, Final Frontier. Racing now towards the 2, and Birchwood hits the front. On the outside is Air Force Blue, Herald the Dawn in between horses. Racing now towards the final furlong, and in the centre, Herald the Dawn, Air Force Blue, cruising up on the near side now and goes to the front. And Air Force Blue and Joseph O'Brien go on from in second place. Herald the Dawn in third is Birchwood, and running up towards the finish to win the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes in good style, Air Force Blue and Joseph O'Brien.
1.5 lengths to Anthony Van Dyke and Ryan Moore.
third on the outside is Quorto and William Buick as they race on past the change. And with just less than 3 to go, it is Christmas on the rail. Quorto is making ground on the outside of Anthony Van Dyke. They're being followed by Mohawk, Highland Fortune, Land Force and Wargrave. Racing on now inside the two. Anthony Van Dyke and on the near side Quorto, both putting their reputations on the line. They've passed on the inside Christmas. Behind these is Highland Fortune and Quorto hits the front. Racing inside the last half furlong. It's Quorto getting the better of Anthony Van Dyke. They're out in front of Christmas. Up towards the finish. It's Quorto the winner. Quorto wins it. Winning connections alongside is Armory and then Iberia and Roman Turbo. They're past the halfway stage in the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes. On the outside it's Minoski with Pinatubo coming there very, very strongly in between horses. On the far side is Arizona. Then comes Armory and Geometrical as they pass the two. William Buick is swinging on Pinatubo and quickens to the front from Arizona. Minoski is on the outside of a running on Armory, but it's Pinatubo accelerating away in the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes. What a performance! 5 is the magic number this weekend as Pinatubo runs away with the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes. Native Trail close up on the outside of Great Max and racing together. Ultramarine and Duke de Sesa and Anatoly remains last of the 7 who come towards the halfway stage. They're heading for the chains and it's Ebo River almost joined by Point Lonsdale. A length and a half back to Native Trail on the outside of Great Max, then Ultramarine, Duke de Sesa and Anatoly racing inside the final two. It's Ebo River and James Doyle coming under pressure as Point Lonsdale and Ryan Moore trying to get on terms as Native Trail and William Buick on the outside. They're being followed then by Great Max and Ultramarine. It's Ebo River. Native Trail's quickening up on the outside of Point Lonsdale inside the final half furlong, and it's Native Trail who's going to stay unbeaten in the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes. And third is Henry Longfellow and Ryan Moore with the back marker heading for the halfway stage. Islands in the Stream and Declan McDonough. It's Cuban Thunder continuing to cut out the running and extends the advantage with 3 to run from Bucanero Fuerte, who impressed big time here in the Group 1 Phoenix, with Henry Longfellow making good ground in between horses, and then Islands in the Stream. Racing to the final 2 furlongs, the picture is changing as Henry Longfellow strikes the front from Bucanero Fuerte. After them is Islands in the Stream, dropping right out of contention is Cuban Thunder. Henry Longfellow, twice a winner in as many starts. Latest was the Futurity. It's powering clear from Islands in the Stream and Bucanero Fuerte. They're well strung out. Henry Longfellow continues his rise through the ranks in the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes.